And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it's time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott, here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 12 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know what happened with my Facebook. Yeah, it's been a week now. We just can't get on Facebook. The technical guy's been over everything. So if you're one of the folks that usually join us there, and you know people that usually join us over on Facebook, just let them know to join us on the YouTube. I think everybody knows now, join us on the YouTube when you can't hear us on the Facebook, but we ain't taking chance, all right? Nice, yeah. So saying a special good night to each and every one of you. Yeah, we had to change the music around because, you know, yeah, sometimes we, we just had to, yeah, we might have to edit out part of the program there, you know. Copyright thing and thing, yeah. So let me get started nice.
And the pillar strong, don't stop the progress. We moving on, the house solid, and the pillar strong, don't stop the progress. Take a good look around, the house solid, and the pillar strong, don't stop the progress. We moving on, the house solid, and the pillar strong, don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. 95 we rule this country, the new national party, Dr. Kit administration, show plenty progress in my land. Opportunity for the young people, the money program, and skills training too. We taking Grenada to a higher level. Concession farmers getting people between me and you. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. National Stadium. Don't stop it. Fish market in town. Don't stop it.
And we say a special good night to the listeners joining us via We Noise Radio over there in Brooklyn, and to the listeners also joining us via Real 91.9, 91.5 FM. We say a special, glorious Grenadian good night to each and every one of you.
Don't stop the progress.
Yes, and we are on this journey to 10 p.m.
Don't stop it. Don't stop it. No, don't stop it. People, it was never easy. So much obstacles that faced we. Emily, Hurricane Ivan came and destroyed our nation.
Some folks asking, oh, you didn't see me yesterday. I was a bit under the weather.
We had to go to rebuild.
And as such, I was unable to make it logistically to last night's meeting.
No reason to turn back now. Let's keep striving for goal. I say, don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. Airport expansion. Don't stop it. Medical station. Don't stop it. New schools all around. Don't stop it. Road from country to town. Don't stop it. So much playing field. Don't stop Small it. Business loans at will. Don't stop it. Ministerial complex. Don't stop it. We ain't finished yet. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. Progress.
Yeah, now the computer is behaving badly with me tonight.
Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
So I'm trying to get that sorted out here. Everything wait until when the program starts and decide you're giving trouble. You're checking it before you're working well.
Don't stop the progress.
Let's take that from the top again, because I think some of them realized that when they see what was taking place yesterday, they realized that. So let me just remind them once again.
Stop it. The house solid and the pillar strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillar strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. The house solid and the pillar strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillar strong. and all. Don't stop it. Cruise ships and all. Don't stop it. General Hospital. Don't stop it. Nurses schools that all. Don't stop it. Depot expansion. Don't stop it. Repair of police station. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. People, it was never easy. So much obstacles that faced we. Emily, Hurricane Ivan came and destroyed our nation, government and people.
All right, let's get going now.
Did what we had to do to rebuild.
Yeah, I think I've got that sorted out now.
Getting praises all over the world. No reason to turn back now. Let's keep striving for goal. I say don't stop the progress. Don't stop the...
Yes, and we know last night there was a problem with the stream, so a lot of folks who were at home weren't able to see the entire activity. So at roughly 8:30, we're going to replay the message by our political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. I'm attempting to replay the presentation by Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, but due to what was taking place with the stream, part of it is missing. So I am not sure if I'll be able to play that one tonight. But before we get into that, just to let you all know that this week, yeah, St. Mark people, I want to say Mark people last me and I'm telling all you what going on. Right. St. Mark's Parliamentary Office, right? And friends, it's Breadfruit Fest 3.0, the Sunset City Breadfruit Fest 3.0. And it's taking place this Thursday, not next week Thursday, no, not Thursday, the week after. It's taking place this Thursday at the Victoria Basketball Court. All right, so head on up there. It starts at 11 a.m. going up until 9 p.m. So if you're on that side and you're looking for lunch and so on, you could pass by the Victoria Netball Court. You'll get a proper lunch, breadfruit in your breadfruit. Nice. They've got breadfruit dishes, including roasted breadfruit, noshi. Yeah, noshi does it. Right, ganoshi. Right, breadfruit puffs, seasoned baked breadfruit, garlic sauteed breadfruit, spicy seasoned breadfruit, oil down and breadfruit drinks. They have roast breadfruit, fried breadfruit, all kind of breadfruit. So head on up to Sunset City this Thursday, the day before Valentine's Day. So you're going and charge up for the Valentine's Day. You want to make sure that you have the energy for Valentine's Day. You're heading up to Breadfruit Fest. Yeah, they have breadfruit punch and all kind of thing up there again. It's nice. All right. So they have dish competitions. So there's also going to be a competition for the best breadfruit dish, tastiest breadfruit dish, them kind of things. So nice. And prizes and giveaways every hour on the hour. So every hour on the hour, they have prizes, they have giveaways. It's going to be nice. They have music, they have food, they have culture, entertainment by the Clark Scott Band. This one is being staged by the St. Mark Parliamentary Office and friends. So that's taking place this Thursday, the 13th of February, at the Victoria Basketball Court. It's Breadfruit Fest 3.0. All right, so looking forward to seeing you all there. I hope somebody will come and tell me, boy, let me go up and bring me up to Breadfruit Fest. I know somebody might go. I'm lucky somebody might come and say, Sheldon, let me go, man. All right, so Breadfruit Fest. And coming this Wednesday, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Of course, we can never forget you all. And you are invited to a vision tour meeting. And that is taking place at the Ariza Conference Room in Carriacou this Wednesday. Political leader of the new National Party and other executive members of the party will be there to speak with you and to hear from you on various issues of importance. So that's taking place this Wednesday, and it starts from 6:30 p.m. So our political leader and other members of the party will be up there in Carriacou this Wednesday, and that starts at 6:30 p.m. So it's going to be taking place at the Ariza Conference Room. All right, so PM people, if you all could make it down. I know it's kind of difficult for you all, eh? Yeah, that kind of thing we have to come wrong gunpoint and all. Yeah, I know it's kind of difficult for you all, but it is what it is. We've got the meeting taking place this Wednesday, so you can come on down and hear what is taking place and so. All right, looking forward to seeing you all there. You never know, your boy might come up because I ain't come up Carriacou for a couple months. I think it's time I come home. Yeah, you understand? Carriacou is home. So it's time that I come home up to Carriacou. All right, and who is on the YouTube tonight? Because people start to cuss me to say I don't calling them out. I see Alban, Phyllis, Claude Abraham. I see you there. Alban Harris, Phyllis Mitchell, Deborah Laborde, Errol Bonaparte, Agnes Henry, Francis George, Ashma Charles, Joyce Lewis, Sandra Joseph, good night to you. Kathleen Ledlow, I hope you're having a wonderful night, Kathleen. Teresa Joseph, Ruth Chitterman, my dear. Anne-Marie Grant, Gemma James, Cynthia Bartholomew, Bernadette Filbert, Gemma Warwood, Baby Daddy, Vanessa Lalji, Jacinta Livingston, good night to you, Jacinta. Shirley Ann James, Faithlyn Halley Douglas, Deborah Flanders, Jackie Raymond, John Stafford, Dominic Leroy, Gavin Thomas, Carib Spice Fitness, David Lankos, Eric Sears, Michelle Alexander, Roslyn Jones, Dolores Redhead, Listra Abraham, Anna Lewis, Yolande Pariak, good night to you. Clive Raymond, Red Girl Pascal, Janice Mitchell, Bernadette Joseph, Jakim. Yeah, Jackie, my senior these days, man. What's going on? I think my time and moving the friend too. Maud Martin, Janice Mitchell, Dennis Sandy, Jocelyn Matterson, Velma Pascal, Raul Lewis, good night. Stephanie John, good night to you on the home circle. Salon, what's up, brother? How St. Patrick going? All feel free to call, you know. Yeah, you all can call at any point in time. Feel free to call. The phone lines are open. The WhatsApp line is open. The local line is open. The overseas line is open. Feel free to call at any point in time. Kathy Albert, good night to you. Yes, Jillian Noel, Trashan John, Charmaine Ragbasing, Cynthia Collins. I see Sherma, Jeremiah, and Zayla. Good night to you. Moko Pen, Moko Joseph, good night to you. Manda Moses, Winnie Simon, Agatha Batty, John Max, Cindy Thomas, Fitzroy Edwards, Verona Williams. I see Kathleen Knights, I see you there. Alcy Peters, Oswald Belfon, I see you. McLean Mitchell, Jerome Lewis, I see you there. Jesse Sherry, how you doing, my dear? Yeah, Raphael Joseph, Jacket Man. Good night to you as well. Watch everybody. Kim Creedland, Rick English, Dena Tamara, Hermione Calise, Andra Burke, Cicely Celestine, Thora St. John, all of you. Alan Jones, good night to you, Alan and Zoe. And Michelle, I hope you all having a wonderful night tonight, man. Yeah, you know what? Let me see if I could find that thing there. Man, after last night, we had a gate. You know, understand?
Let the progress continue. I said move. Don't stop the progress. Move. Let progress continue. If you're holding back progress, let it go. Stopping the progress, let it go. Blocking the progress, let it go. Holding back progress, let it go. If you're holding back progress and you're stopping the progress and you're blocking the progress, let go the progress. If you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. So no matter what they say, NNP is here to stay.
Yes, folks. So at about 8:30, we are going to play the full presentation by our political leader, because we know many of you didn't get to see the full thing. I'm working on getting the one by Dr. Mitchell, because Dr. Mitchell, as usual, he was on fire last night. You know, Dr. Mitchell doesn't take prisoners. Nah, he doesn't take prisoners. So he was on fire last night. So we have to get that one for you, because unfortunately, you know, with technology, it happens here every now and again. Some nights, perfect. Other nights, it's technology. You have issues. Sometimes the computers, everything, sometimes they're okay. But the lines give problems when they're ready sometimes. So all of that is okay. So what we're going to do, in a short while, we're going to play the message by the political leader at last night's rally.
Progress, let go the progress. Move.
And again, I apologize to those of you on Facebook. Apparently, I'm not the only one going through that issue. There are quite a few other people going through some issues with Facebook, yeah. So they are unable to stream via Facebook.
Everybody should get note. No, if no, but no, maybe.
So don't worry, they didn't hack us. No. Well, we know they hack, but yeah, because when you have members of the present administration making talk and telling you things like, oh, they know what you're saying, when you having a private conversation with somebody. And when I say members, I'm not even talking about the level of cabinet members. I'm not even talking to the level of certain other people within the organization, like security advisors. When you have common foul, a certain common foul activists, and them kind of people come in there and tell you them kind of thing, you have to know we in a bad way in this country. Yeah, we have to know we in a bad way in this country when it's them kind of thing you start hearing. You understand? That's why we have to say things like,
Everybody singing one song. What is the election coming? Then you know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing too.
So in a short while, we'll be playing the address last night by our political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. And folks, remember this Sunday, ladies, it's Ladies' Day on Sunday. The Women's Convention of the New National Party. You'll be getting more information regarding that this week.
He says by that Grenada and go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said till he 5 years now you
And David Langclus, we go make sure you get real picture of Breadfruit Fest, man.
stupid, they know where to put the X and the singing no cookie eye. No cookie eye.
So yes, this Sunday, yes, the Women's Convention of the New National Party will be taking place.
No cookie eye. Bring down. Who you voting?
So all of them who want to say what they're saying, that they business, and remember, folks, don't pause that music. We want to lose the tune. Now, like pause that thing there. Whole of 2023, when NNP having convention, when NNP having convention. Whole of 2024, when NNP having convention, when NNP having convention. They call Shaggy in the morning. They call GBN. They call all radio stations that could get a voice. They was like wood ants all over the internet. You know when rain falling and they start to fly. And yeah, those like that. All over the place on the internet, the whole of 2024. When NNP having convention, when NNP having convention. And while they're studying NNP business and when NNP having convention, the New National Party was organizing. The New National Party was strategizing. The New National Party was getting ready and organized. And the New National Party had their convention in 2024. Meanwhile, while they're talking about the New National Party, they had no convention and no budget. Up to now, no budget for 2025. So they had no convention, no budget. The New National Party they had a youth convention. Now the New National Party is having women's convention. In other words, the New National Party, the same party they were talking about when only having convention, having 3 separate conventions. If you give us a chance, we have 4. Yeah, we had the elderly convention, and then we might have Carriacou convention and all kind of things. Don't play with us now. We'll have other conventions. So the New National Party come now, and you have 3 conventions. And while the NNP having 3 conventions, they yet to have 1. But here's how you understand the individuals that you're dealing with. The NNP has been able to name a date when they having the convention. They had the convention. The youth convention, they had that. They're able to name a date now for the women's convention, which is coming on Sunday. This government, they have now given a date for their convention, yet still they have not given a date for the budget of this country. Let me repeat. They've given a date now for their convention. And then people still have 3 conventions before they have theirs, if they have theirs when they say they're having it. But it tells you something. There's a story in that these people care more about themselves than they care about the government. They care more about themselves than they care about the nation. So when it comes to their personal business, they could give you a date and say that's when they're having the convention. I ain't advertising for them, but they'll have one soon. But after NNP have we 3. Yeah? So they go have that. But while that is the situation, you still have not heard. I hear in March the 7th for budget. That's what I hear it. I've seen nothing official come out, but that's what I hear it. Somebody's trying to call. Let me give the caller an opportunity. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night, sorry.
Morning, good night, good evening, good day.
I'm making no joke with you.
Oh,
That's all
gosh.
I'm saying. I don't make no joke with you.
Nah, I couldn't help it.
Listen, I call Shaggy program this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak about the same thing. I said the good book said, ask and it shall be given unto you.
Mm-hmm.
I said they ask for convention, they get 1, they get 2, they get in 3. Hey, well,
We get them.
Bajan want to know if he's under a rock or stain.
Are you bothering? Listen, some of these people, I mean,
No, Sheldon, I
it
ain't
makes
saying
no
under a
sense.
rock.
No,
But I know, and one thing I know, I don't hiding from ice.
We drink ice. We don't hide from it.
Of course.
Yeah, we
Of
drink
course.
ice.
I put my water to make ice, and that's the only way I get in contact with ice.
And I know my loyal
So
listeners
whether
to
I
this
live
program.
under a rock or where I live in, I don't hide it from ice.
And look, you know something, our loyal listeners to Talking Points who are based in the United States, they are people who could jump a plane now and come home.
Exactly.
And when they're ready to jump a plane and they could go back and nobody can stop them.
Sheldon,
You
I
understand?
had 2 of them here last week. Yesterday, make a week since they go back.
But they ain't have to hide.
No.
The
What
Talking
hiding
Points
for?
listeners are not people that have to hide.
What I had for?
We don't have to be anonymous and try to call and say
I
all
had
kind of
2
thing and
here.
hide.
Last Sunday they go back. Yesterday make 1 week since they go back.
We papa.
Sheldon, I just cannot understand these people.
We do hiding from ICE. Talking Points
Ah.
listeners do not have to hide from ICE.
Only that is only way they bad
Hmm?
on social media. I said we had a wonderful meeting yesterday. It was nice and everything. And as any meeting, the women's convention was spoken about. So I said, the good book said, ask and it shall be given unto you. They ask for convention, they get 1, they get 2, now they're getting 3.
Mm-hmm.
Anything was wrong about that? The woman want to know if that one living under a rockery. Well, no dig nothing. You know me already. I will take care of that.
Me doesn't bother with them. But the thing is this, you ever notice some of them that is the biggest bargain online for the ruling party? They are also individuals that right now they start to drop off the radar because
Exactly.
they're afraid that they're afraid that Brother Trump find out where they did. So,
But
so
Sheldon,
they're being very careful how they attack people and things because they know that
they-
if
listen to
somebody
me, and
just
these
makes
people
a
and them
call,
these people and them has to be very, very, very careful. They're using
sure?
fake profile. It's a waste of time. I would get to know who they are.
but I sure Nurse Wendy could jump a plane and come home now and go back
Exactly.
if she want. I sure
They could use as much fake profile as they want. I will get to know who they are. My base is in the United States, just the same. So I'm bothering with them. I could get ICE to knock on their door, you know. If they really want to
Okay.
play it with me, I could get ICE to knock on their door.
spare them, Popo, spare them.
So,
Spare them. Oh gosh, I'm begging for them. Spare them.
Convention Sunday.
Yes.
Convention Sunday.
Women's
And if you
convention
look
at
here,
the
I asking for the men to have a convention too.
yeah, we getting bad like that. We
We're
doing
taking
that
all the
too.
conventions. And even the young children, we could ask for a convention for them because when we fade out, it's the younger ones that have to take over.
Watch, and we having farmers and fishermen convention when we get back to
everything. We
Yeah.
having convention in everything. They ask for convention, they get in it.
Busmen convention and all.
Everything.
Yeah.
They ask for, if down to vagrant convention, they want
Yeah, yeah.
convention, they get in.
Yeah, man. Look, Cindy says she could come and go anytime. You see that the thing? I know my Talking Points people, you know, they
Well,
could
that
jump a
is
plane
it,
now and
eh.
come back if they have to come back and go, and if they have to go.
Me
They not to
family based in
worry.
the US, they could come and go anytime.
Yeah. They not to be like some of them that hiding from ICE
They could come and go
and want to call
anytime.
and attack people.
And when they come, they don't come and ask nobody for a squeeze. Tell them to themselves, don't cross me, don't cross me path.
Now, from these days, I ain't giving all the number. I giving ICE the number.
Like to giving ICE the number.
That is who I give the
Give the
number.
ICE the number.
I giving ICE the
Give
number.
ICE the number. You playing the bad.
Anyway, my dear, I'm gonna go play the message now.
Listen, yesterday's meeting, Sheldon, was just the smoke, the fire behind. Or
Of
I would
course.
say it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
So, all they have to do is to tune in and listen. That's all they have to do. Just listen and keep the self quiet. Okay? That's what they have to do. Good night.
So
We
deep
have them where
idea.
we want them.
I'm gonna go play the message by our political leader right
Yeah,
now.
man, yeah, man,
because
yeah,
I
man.
think a lot of folks yesterday, because of
man.
how the internet was dropping.
Well, somebody said well, she named now is Auntie Emma, eh? Auntie Emma, we call it that now.
You know,
Somebody
You know
said
what she
somebody
giving
said
them?
they see me shining as a star player mass. I say once it's NMP, I don't play no jab, I play mass.
you know she giving them peer pressure.
That is what it is. Peer pressure.
Peer pressure she giving them.
Good pressure she giving. Good pressure she giving. Yes.
Yes, indeed, my
Really.
dear.
Mm-hmm.
So we go talk.
We go chat. Okay.
All right. Thank you so very much for your call.
Good. Right.
Folks, yeah, let me play the message by our political leader, and then I'm going to take your calls again, because I think a lot of folks were asking for this today. They did not get to view it properly last night. So we have a recording of it. We're going to put it out now. And then I don't have Dr. Mitchell's here yet. They promised that they would get it to me. So as soon as we get that one, we'll play that one as well, because I say Doc was on fire All right. So let's play this one for you, and then we'll get to the calls and so right after. So let's get to this first.
Brother Kitaka, as he takes the opportunity to welcome our political leader. NMP family, are you ready for a leader with a heart as big as her vision for the new National Party and Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? Let me tell you a story about our next speaker. A story that she may never share with us, but I'm going to take the responsibility to do so. You see, leadership isn't just about policy or speeches. It's about compassion, action, and standing up for the people when they need it most. There was a young man caught in a difficult conflict that left him without a leg, alone, vulnerable, and with no way to go after leaving the hospital. He could have been lost in the cracks of society, but not on the watch of Emmeline Pierre. This remarkable woman didn't just visit him. She took him into her home, into her family, and into her heart. For more than a year, she cared for him like a mother, like a sister, like a true servant of the people. And when the time was right, she helped him get a place of his own, standing strong on his new path forward. That's the kind of leader we need. A leader who not only talks about caring for people, but actually does it. A leader who doesn't just show up in election season, but stands by your side through every storm. So tonight, let's raise our voices. Let's make some noise. And let's welcome with open hearts the woman who will stand for you, always fight for you, always take care of you, the political leader, Honorable Emmeline Pierre.
Yes, folks. Well, you see the you see the message there. The song had to be muted due to copyright issues, which would have basically crashed the live and that kind of things. Yeah, and we have the same issue here. But say what? I'll take the strikes. So let's just wait till it comes back up. Yeah, I'm just making sure that we wait until it comes back up at this point. Come on, they're all dancing and thing, you know. I sure that is Marilyn and them in front there, you know. I sure that is them in front there. Yeah. I sure that is them in front there. So let me see if I can speed it up slightly. Yeah, because we can't just...
Dr. Durant come tonight, first of all. The chairman of the New National Party, former political leader of the New National Party, former Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell. I want to also recognize my dear colleagues on the platform. My sister, Sister Clarice Modest Cowan. I recognize Sister Kate Lewis Peters. All the other speakers, Sister Amanda. Guav, you sleeping? I want to recognize the man that go wake up Guav, Brother Alvin Dabrio, and all my other colleagues, former members of parliament, executive members of the New National Party, NNPites. I want to pause also to specially recognize all of those who have joined us online, whether you are NDC, PNP, whoever P you are, I want to recognize you tonight. But I also want to recognize those persons out there who have chosen not to be aligned with any particular political party at this time, but their interests remain Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Good night. Good night to all of you. Brothers and sisters, we are in very crucial times. And tonight I want to talk to you briefly on three things: the state of the NNP, state of Grenada, and what I call the commitment of the new national party. Brothers and sisters, I'm sure that you will agree with me and you feel the same way. I feel proud to be a card-bearing member of the new national party. Brothers and sisters, our party, if you have to name any political organization, our party would be the party that stands out #1 for its contribution to the development of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We stand tonight on a solid legacy of strong leadership and progress throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique too. That is why, brothers and sisters, tonight, and whenever I speak, I shall always pay tribute to our founding fathers and those who have paved the way for us to walk today. Dr. Mitchell, take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow. So many others would have toiled with you. Brother Gregory Bowen and all of those who have served, Sister Clarice Modeste Cohen, and so many others who are right here tonight, Sister Waldron, Sister Hosford, all of those, even before my time, I salute all of you tonight for the contributions that you have made. Brothers and sisters, there is no doubt that NNP remains the strongest political party in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We are still the party that they go to bed thinking about, and the party that they wake up talking about. We shall ever be strong, the new national party. Brothers and sisters, before I tell you why I feel very confident about the future of this party, I want to deal with one matter that is spoken about quite often. Dr. Mitchell addressed it, but I want to say something. Brothers and sisters, for the last week or two, we have heard a lot of breaking news, resignations. And you know what? It is very interesting, brothers and sisters, that when you hear breaking news of the resignation of some persons, you would think that there are so many other important things to be addressed in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, that a resignation of somebody who has not been actively involved in the party for more than 2 years would be breaking news in Grenada, when people catching the nenen, when people are being destroyed in this country. Breaking news become a person who decides to leave the party after they left 2 years ago. Brothers and sisters, I say to us tonight, wake up. Wake up and watch what's happening around you. But I want to say this and put this into perspective. And to you, the NNPites who are here tonight, It is going to be the last night that we talk about resignation. It is going to be the last night that we discuss the issue of resignation in this party. And I'll tell you why. Let me put this into perspective. Brothers and sisters, it is normal in any democratic organization that people choose when they come and they choose when they go. Some people leave, you just don't see them. Some people leave and they do you the courtesy of writing you a letter, we thank you. But I say to you tonight, we have more important things to study. We have more important things to focus on. Look at you tonight, brothers and sisters. Our business is to protect Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. And that is why tonight we close this chapter by saying we wish every single person well who decides to leave this party. But I say to you tonight, the plot and the plan is not going to derail us. The plot and the plan is not going to distract us. Because I'll tell you what is the plan. Every week, every 2 weeks, 2 leave northeast, 3 will leave northwest, 5 leave the south. That is the plan. We shall remain focused. We shall remain vigilant. And we shall stand as warriors of the new national party. Brothers and sisters, there is just one thing that I find a little bit confusing about this whole matter. I said to you, it is a person's choice. It is a person's right. But the very one thing that I don't understand is how today you could love NNP so much. And today, NNP is the best choice for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Today, NNP has the best leadership. And tomorrow you sit in a meeting, and for the entire duration of that meeting, you are destroying the plans of the NNP by the very choices you make. You preside over a meeting to plan the destruction of the NNP. The same NNP you loved yesterday. And that is why I say to you, do not be distracted, because NNP is here to stay. NNP shall always be the strong party to protect Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So let us remain focused. We are not a fly-by-night party. This party has existed 40 years in Grenada. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we are ready to march on. We are ready to fight on for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So I say to you, the last time that I want to hear from you about any resignation is tonight. After tonight, we are moving forward. Brothers and sisters, I am convinced, without a shadow of a doubt, that our party is stronger now than we were in June 2022. But you know what I'm even more convinced about tonight? Is that we are getting stronger and stronger and stronger as the days go by. So while they plot against us, brothers and sisters, let me share with you just a few things that are happening in the NNP. We are focused. You get focused. So we have developed a new strategic plan for the party for the coming years. We have approximately 25 working committees, people who have volunteered their time because they want to help strengthen and move NNP and Grenada forward. Brothers and sisters, every week we are in a different constituency, meeting with key supporters, sharing the plan and the vision with them. Brothers and sisters, every week people are joining this party and taking out membership. As a matter of fact, in the month of January alone, we had over 60 persons starting the membership process, application process. Brothers and sisters, we have created a think tank and we have started the work preparing ourselves for return to government. People who are sitting and beginning the process to look at what we want to do better when we get back into office. Brothers and sisters, we have established a small team that is focusing on the work that we have to do in the diaspora. Only today, one of Sister Clarice's relatives called me and put me on the phone with some other people in Canada. When all you come in, we're ready to start the work in Toronto. And I'm sure they are listening tonight. Toronto, we coming. Miami, we coming. New York, we coming. Trinidad, we coming. Where you there? We coming there. Brothers and sisters, we have also started the work of building strategic alliances and partnership, not just right here. We have started the process regionally, and we are taking that internationally too. Recruitment of volunteers. I'm telling you, every single day you receive a call. Ask the members here, how can we help? What can we do? Up till this morning, I left church and went to meet with somebody. You would faint if I tell you who that person is. People who are not involved in frontline politics, but they want to know, what can we do to help with the rescue mission of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? Brothers and sisters, we have begun to attract technical support to modernize the operation of our party as we prepare for a snap election. I guess you heard me. As we prepare for a snap election. Brothers and sisters, I want to tell you this. Young people are joining this party as I've never seen, and Dr. Mitchell confirmed, in the history of the NNP. Young people are joining. We gave them 3 weeks, and we challenged them to put on a youth convention, and I'm sure you agree it was a big success. Brothers and sisters, our women's arm is planning a convention for Sunday. Convention they want, convention they go get. So the women's arm is meeting on Sunday at the Trade Center for another convention. Brothers and sisters, on Tuesday, we are meeting with key supporters in St. David's. Only on Saturday, I want to say this to you tonight. Only on Saturday, Brother Oliver Joseph and myself sat down to seriously discuss the appointment of a new caretaker in the constituency of St. David's in the coming week. Brothers and sisters, we are meeting with the South this week to look at the appointment of a caretaker for the South. Note, I did not say candidate, I'm saying caretaker, because our first priority is the work that has to be done. Brothers and sisters, I ask you, does that sound like a party that's marching up to you? Does that sound like a party that's dead to you? This sounds like a party that's on the move, and ain't nobody to stop us now. The NNP is moving on. So I say to you tonight, stay focused, mind your business. I want to say that again, stay focused, mind your business. Your business is registration. Your business is canvassing the voters list. Your business is pulling back all the NNP supporters that got tricked in the last election. Mind your business. Brothers and sisters, while I'm convinced that the NNP is getting stronger and stronger, I am extremely concerned about Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I am extremely concerned. If it was just about deportation, that was okay. But there are so many other things, brothers and sisters. I am concerned about single mothers and people throughout the length and breadth of Grenada who said to you that in 2022, they did not have a challenge of putting food on the table. For some people, it's the first time they've experienced this. And many of them are not people who are aligned to any political party. It is just the economic realities that face Grenada at this time. Brothers and sisters, ordinary citizens would tell you they cannot access basic medication at our hospitals and other facilities. So many persons, brothers and sisters, would tell you they go to the hospital, they don't have any monies, and the hospital says to their family, you have to go to buy the medication and bring it back. I have met families who said to me, we could not buy the medication. And guess what? They were sent home. Those who come to us before the fact, so some of them we meet after the fact. Those who come before the fact, we try to help as many as possible. Only this week, helping a young man who has to travel. Until now, the government of Grenada has not seen it fit to help that child. Until now. But I ain't reached to that child yet, Sister Kate. Not that one I'm talking about. Brothers and sisters, small businesses, many of them are forced to close their doors due to lack of support. People who want to make an honest dollar, they do not have the support nor the enabling conditions to survive. And even when some of them try their very best with the support of family and friends, the kind of treatment that is meted out at them. And I'll give one example. I didn't ask him permission to call his name, but I'll share the story. Young man in his 30s, occupying a small space of government land for some years now. He says to me, this is the worst he has ever experienced. Some days, not $1 he makes. But guess what? He gets a letter from the government of Grenada. Occupies a building about 8 by 8. But he gets a letter from the government saying to him that you owe us $5,000 plus in property tax. I have no problem with tax. As a matter of fact, the scripture reading for the Independence Service, the first reading was about paying tax. I have no problem. But you cannot treat a young man in that situation with children to send to school. Never has he been charged for occupying that piece of land. I told you the size of the building is about 8 by 8. What crime did he commit against the state of Grenada? And you know what? I do not believe that it has anything to do with taxes, but his perceived political affiliation. And I'll tell you why. I don't just talk. I don't just say things and make up things. He said to me, before he got the letter, he was approached by a certain individual. I won't call his name tonight. And the individual asked him, was it Miss Pierre who gave you permission to occupy this space? He said, based on the line of questions that came to him, he was not surprised. The next day, he got a letter. Brothers and sisters, this man is not even making that amount in a year in that little business that he's trying to stay afloat with. Where is the empathy? Where is the care for people? Where is the party that said, put people first? Where is the love? And that is why I say to you tonight, the NNP is ready. The NNP is ready. The NNP is ready to do something about this situation. Brothers and sisters, Sister Kate was pointing my attention to a 2-year-old child. Yesterday we were in Moya Junction. She invited me to join her there. 2-year-old child diagnosed with cancer. Now this is the same government when they campaign. They said to you within 1 year, nobody would have to beg for help to send that people to be treated overseas. You remember that? No more passing around with a DJ and a pan collecting monies. You forget that? Brothers and sisters, we stood there, and you would not believe it. You could ask Sister Kate. Members of the government were passing with their glass up and refused to even put $1 in the pan. But you know what is worse, brothers and sisters? What is worse, brothers and sisters? This child only needs $35,000. Sister Clarice, what was the cost of the drone show yesterday or day before? On Friday. We are saying tonight that this child does not deserve to be denied medical attention when this government is spending lavishly and excessively in areas that does not matter. We are calling on the government to get their priorities right. The travel expenditure, brothers and sisters, could be used to support young people, children, 2 years in those situations. Brothers and sisters, public officers are begging government, the same government that said, let the people's voices be heard. Today, the public officers are begging them for a conversation to discuss the issue of pension. So some people had deductions made from their salaries end of January. Until now, they don't know what's happening with their monies. Brothers and sisters, in this group of people, you have police officers, you have nurses, you have teachers, you have people who have served this country for so long. 10 years, 15 years in some cases, brothers and sisters. And guess what? Some of them voted for the promise that we're going to have one public service and that everybody was going to benefit under the 1958 Pension Act. Look at where they are today. Brothers and sisters, the attitude of the government is take it and cool it, take it or leave it. And we are saying that these public officers must never be consumed under this new pension plan that was designed for new workers. So we are again calling on this administration to review their strategy and to look after these people. Brothers and sisters, you look at the state of roads throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Busmen complaining, drivers complaining, brothers and sisters. Some people are parking their vehicles in Grenville and bombing a ride because they cannot afford to replace their tires when they go down in the holes. We are saying to this administration, they say it was burial. Well, we have had Ivan, we had Emily, and I've never seen our roads in this condition. We are calling on this administration, get your priorities right. Brothers and sisters, the issue of crime throughout the length and breadth of this country, people are concerned. And we are yet to have a serious statement from the Prime Minister and Minister for National Security on what is the master plan as it relates to addressing this situation. Brothers and sisters, we are very concerned. Drive-by shootings, brothers and sisters, we are seeing some developments that cause us to be concerned, and we are not satisfied that the response of the Royal Grenada Police Force and national security is giving us the assurance that serious actions are being taken to protect our people. Let me talk about victimization. Brothers and sisters, somebody said that's the worst. Well, I say to us tonight, whether it's the worst, what I know for sure, there has never been a time in this country, brothers and sisters, when our people have been so fearful of associating politically. And I believe that this is even worse than post and pre-independence in our country. I see some signs, brothers and sisters, that tells me that we have to be careful about where we are heading. And I want to just use an example. I say to us tonight, we are going down a slippery slope and we are going down very fast. So I want to speak tonight about a young man I met in Carriacou. Most of you who might be viewing from Carriacou knows Pin Barber Shop. Some of you here knows that barber shop. I landed in Petit Martinique. I saw a group of young men, I greeted them, and the next thing I saw was a barber shop. Well, I have my barber in Grenada, but you know, a heart of love does drive you to do things you don't even plan to do. So the first thing, my instinct reaction, I sat on the barber chair, and I said to him, just give me a little fix up in the back here. Brothers and sisters, it did not last 5 minutes on the chair. When I was finished, I asked him how much I have to pay you. He said, oh gosh, Miss Pierre, I ain't do nothing there to charge you. I said, no, hold the money because I see how things looking around here. Brothers and sisters, this young man, he occupied the veranda of his house, cutting people's hair to make an honest living. His house was damaged by the hurricane. I'm not going to call the name tonight. But a government representative in Carriacou gave him a little 8x8 facility so that he can resume his operation. So they said to him, if you fix it up, you could use it. And that is what he has been doing since the hurricane. Brothers and sisters, this young man called me frustrated, in pain, I assume, and said to me, Miss Pierre, do you know that after you left the barber shop, the man come back to tell me that they will be taking back the building? When I tell you, brothers and sisters, that we are in a national crisis, you might not understand because you may not know the stories. So let me continue with that story. The reason that was given to him was that they are going to reopen the health center next door. And no problem with that. But let's move the 8x8 to another location so the poor man can continue his service. And I told you, he repaired the building. Tonight I want to issue a warning to Brother Tevin Andrew. You must have a heart. You must have a heart that at least tells you that this young man should be considered and that that building should not be taken from him. I am saying this, brothers and sisters, tonight. We will be in Carriacou on Wednesday. And I would request a meeting with Brother Tevin Andrew, if he's an island, to appeal to him on behalf of this young man. They're supposed to move him tomorrow. Brother Tevin, I challenge you tonight. Speak up for this young man. Defend that young man and his livelihood. Brothers and sisters, tonight I'm going to take the liberty on behalf of Brother Cox to say this. This one is painful. This one is painful. And I know that Brother Cox is very disturbed about the situation. And it's not just that they're going to take back the building, it's some of the comments that were made. And so tonight I want to say to Pin Barber Shop that I'm appealing to the Minister for Carriacou and P.T. Martinique on your behalf that this building should not be taken away. And should he be heartless to do it, Carriacou NNP, P.T. Martinique NNP will ensure that we rebuild a barber shop that you can function. We're going to walk around Carriacou. We're going to walk around P.T. Martinique, and we're going to beg the people to support Pin Barber Shop. Brothers and sisters, you cannot be so heartless. Brothers and sisters, I see we are threatened by the weather. And so I want to address the last issue tonight, which is what I call an invasion of privacy in the parliament. Many of you would have seen a photograph and video circulating of Sister Kate's telephone conversations, whatever it is, that was displayed publicly. Let me first of all say this is breaking the law. Let me second say this was an invasion of privacy. But I say tonight that the worst place that such an invasion of privacy could have taken place is in the parliament of this country. And so tonight, I want to announce to this house, the upper house of parliament, the lower house of parliament, that this team NNP will raise this issue, and we will not stop until it is properly investigated and action is taken. As a matter of fact, I go on to say that the person who is caught guilty must be banned from returning to the House of Parliament. Brothers and sisters, we cannot treat so lightly the people's house. And so we would be making a call on the Speaker of the House to do an urgent, swift investigation and to provide publicly the findings of this investigation. So brothers and sisters, we stand in solidarity with Sister Kate, but we have to stand in solidarity with our own selves, because we don't know what was taken before. We don't know what was taken before, and we don't know either if there is someone paid to do what they did, and this time they were exposed. So brothers and sisters, tonight I say to us, let us stand strong, let us stand tall, let us protect our party, let us protect the future of Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martinique. God bless you. God bless Grenada. God bless Carriacou and P.T. Martinique. And God bless the new National Party. Have a good night, everybody.
Yes, indeed, folks, you've had it there. That was our political leader, the Honorable Emmeline Pierre, last night. Yes, oh, now you're making me kind of sad I didn't make it and all kind of thing. And let's pick up on the last one that she spoke about. The breach of privacy that took place in the highest place in our country, the parliament of our country. And the Honorable Emmeline Pierre has said that they will be calling for a full investigation. And let me tell you all this. There is no way for them to escape this one. No way. There are cameras located around the chamber. And as such, there are cameras that will definitely have picked up the individual in the act at that point in time. Yeah? So the Speaker of the House have to do his job and make sure and investigate. And when he finds out, as the Honorable Pair has stated, who the individual is that did that particular action, I agree 1,000,000%. They need to be banned permanently from the House of Parliament. They should never be allowed anywhere near the Houses of Parliament again. That is what would take place in any decent democracy. That such a breach has occurred. You know what it is like, for instance, that there's a press briefing at the White House. And while there's a press briefing at the White House briefing room, that some individual goes in there, and while the press secretary is sitting there and the president is speaking, or vice versa, whatever, that somebody takes a video of what is going on their phone and sends it out, that person will be, their accreditation would be removed. If they are an accredited person, their accreditation would be removed, and they would be immediately banned from ever entering the premises again. And in this instance, some measure of significant punishment to ensure that that type of behavior does not duplicate itself anytime. Not in the near future, not in the medium term, not in the long term, never again. Because you don't know if over the past few months and years, they have been there and they have been taping stuff off of the devices of members of the opposition. And members of the government should be worried too. Because all you know within the government, on the government side, you all know for a fact all your aim friend. All you tolerate each other towards a common cause to make sure you get a salary on a monthly basis. Not to help the Grenadian people, but to get all your salary on a monthly basis. So you all tolerate each other towards that cause. But all you ain't friendly with each other. All you don't like each other. And what you all have to worry about is that the individual that did that to the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters may have done the same to you. They may have even taken stuff off of your devices that they are going to use when the time is right against you. Because you know all you can run again. It is clearly obvious that Prime Minister, the Honorable Deacon Miss Mitchell, will be telling some of all you to take a L, to relax. All you're not going to run when election comes again. He knows some of all you can't make it. He's not going to run all you again. As much as all you want to run, he's not going to run all you. He ain't going to walk all you. He ain't going to run all you. He ain't going to drive all you. He ain't even going and fly all you. And you know he like to fly. Only thing like to fly more than the Prime Minister is a Sukunya. Yeah? That's the only thing like to fly more than the Prime Minister, Sukunya. So you all know he's not going to run you all again. So you all voices supposed to be speaking up in relation to that as well. Because the same way it was done on the opposition side, you don't know how much this individual has already collected on you to see who you're talking to see what conversations you're having, to check your passwords and to check your account, to see if you're loyal to their party. You don't know what they've done to you. So in the same way, members on the opposition side have to be concerned in relation to this absolute disgusting breach of security, breach of privacy within the highest decision-making body in the land. While they have to be concerned, all you know, all you have to be concerned too. Don't sit down there and play all you ain't talking about it and all you staying quiet. Because all you don't know how all you done get set up already. Because I ain't things. So all you know, some all you done get set up already. All you know that some all you, whatever they have on you all will be used against you all. When they're ready to say, boy, you can't run, boy. You can't run, you put in somebody else, and as soon as you open your mouth, they're going to drop certain things on you. So all you know that, all you know, all your organization does operate like a mafia. A bad mafia, but all it does operate like a criminal organization. That is how the National Democratic Congress does operate, like a criminal organization. A mafia. So all you know very well that what I'm saying here makes absolute perfect sense. And you all know that what I'm saying here is absolutely truthful. Because when you dig in pit, don't dig one, dig two. Because you might be digging the pit for somebody, catch a heart attack and fall long inside it. So just dig two and done. Yeah? So those of you on the government side who sit down and quiet in relation to this issue, none of you have shown any sort of concern and care in relation to what has taken place there. None of you seems to realize that the exact same thing most likely has been done to you as well. None of you seem to be interested in the fact that your personal information most likely has already been compromised, and that the individual who has done that always are wrong all you. So go ahead. When the time comes, well, you go find out, Papa. Folks, the phone lines are open. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. I'm going to touch on an issue tonight. I was going to deal with it more extensively, but for the depth that I want to go into that issue, yes, I do have a lot of clips in relation to it. I don't want to start it now and then run out of time, but I will mention it. Because over the weekend, it has been very topical. We've been hearing that this administration intends to sell the Grenada Electricity Company Limited. That's what we're hearing. Let me just let the government know. If I know my new national party that I am a member of, well, all you ain't selling that just so, you know. And don't try to play all you going and sell in the dark at night. Backroom deal. And just come and tell Grenadian it's sell, you know. Don't try that, you know. I just warning the government, yeah? Giving you all a serious warning here. The Grenadian people, the new National Party administration, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Honorable Gregory Boyne, Honorable Emlyn Pierre, the entire NNP team worked steadfastly to get that asset back in the hands of the Grenadian people. An asset, it wasn't sold by the new National Party. It was sold by the NDC of the 1990s, the early 1990s, the 1990 NDC to 1995. So Grenlec was sold by that entity with all the nonsense stories that surrounded it. The deal, the share purchase agreement with WRB has been described by various people in the business sector as, and also in law, as one of the worst deals they had ever seen in history. That deal that they sold Grenlec with the last time. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell at that time in Parliament warned them about what they were doing. Warned them. They still went ahead and they sold it. Yeah? While you saw improvements in relation to the plant and so on, at the end of the day, the mass benefit of Grenlec over those years until it got back in the hands of the Grenadian people were going to a company, was going up Miami. Ask the Prime Minister, he was the lawyer. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night, how are you?
Fine.
All right, go right ahead, caller, you're live.
Yeah, what are we saying? Tell this man to interfere. Tell this man to interfere with Grenlec now.
Well,
yeah,
we
saying tell this man to interfere with Grenlec now.
My brother, we're hearing the stories. We have no confirmation. We just warning them. Don't go down that road. I am a placard ready, you know. All right.
Yeah, don't go down that road. Yeah. We can't handle that right now. Tell this man, please leave that alone. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Because we know. And as I said, I have clips. So I think we can say on Wednesday we're going to go into this in depth. Because I have a lot of clips. The Prime Minister spoke early up. I don't think the man had even put together a cabinet yet. And he was already at that point in time talking about selling Grenlec. When the government of Grenada had to reacquire Grenlec, and they tried to make it look like some sort of serious case take place, and no, it was a situation that the share purchase agreement said clearly within the documentation there that the government of Grenada, once WRB had to get rid of Grenlec, that they had to sell it back to who? Not to anybody else. They had to sell it back to the government of Grenada, had to be offered the first option. So WRB enforced what was in the share purchase agreement, and the NNP government bought back Grenlec on behalf of the Grenadian people. It is now an asset owned by you, owned by me. We own it. And if anybody feel they're just going to take it and hand it off to anybody else, joke they making. It is an asset owned by the Grenadian people, not owned by Deacon Mitchell. He can't fly nobody on a private plane here and sell it to them. He can't go anywhere and make any deal with people and tell them he's selling it to them. That is owned by us, you and me. They got rid of it in 1990. We get it back. All the profits, all the benefits from it are to the Grenadian people. And if anything have to sell, any shares have to sell, and you want to turn over government shares to anybody, turn it over to the Grenadian people. Leave it for Grenadians to own. The moment you feel you go in and take it, because I hear all sorts of talk. I saw an article out. I don't know where the article came from. And that's why I like to be careful. Because if I don't know where something come from, I'm always suspicious of it. I'm not the guy going to walk home and meet some food in front of my door and just take it and eat it, you know. I ain't crazy. So you want to know where something come from. But that said, what is being said in it has serious implications if it is true. And what we want is this government to come out clearly and say to us, the Grenadian people, that you will not sell Grenlec. Don't use this stupid legal talk that's come in Parliament and talk, and when you finish talk, at the end of the day, you ain't really say nothing. We ain't in that. Don't come on no program and come and talk your nonsense. And then by the time you reach in Alaska, and by the time you leave Alaska, you reach in Antarctica, and then from there you reach over in Australia, and we still can't hear what we ask you answered. We ain't in that. A simple yes or no. Will the government of Grenada be selling Grenlec? It is a national asset. We, the Grenadian people, already see what they're trying to do with Nawasa. And there are, folks, there are serious consequences in relation to what they're doing with the National Water and Sewage Authority. That as well, with the limited time we have, we cannot go into in depth tonight. But we have to go into that because water is life. So we have to go into that. So we want to hear clearly from the government. No long talking. No legalese. No double speak. Clearly from this government. We want to hear, because we're warning you all. If you all go and sell it behind we back, if you all go, it go be trouble. Warning you all. Yeah? Nice. Let's go to the phone lines. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Brother.
Hey, what go, father?
Salute. I know you're not much time, but something
Nah, cut
something
and go
that was
through, man.
very interesting to me. Have you ever heard of NNPC?
Of where?
NNPC?
NNPC. It seems as though something that I've heard of before. That's a petroleum company?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Connected to Dangote, innit?
Yeah. I've heard of it before, yeah.
Right. So there's a thing going on right now. There's an echo in your phone, by the way.
Yeah, but you go ahead, yeah.
From my end.
Yeah, I think that's probably has something else on. But go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, so there's a situation right now where the giants in the petroleum market, they're having issues with Dangote right now because he's threatening the refinery power of them. Now, granted, it's like would be a blessing for Africa and stuff in terms of them controlling the petroleum market and their location. However, since the big giants are going after them or competing with them, and we know that the European market is in bed with these big giants like Shell and all that, I wonder what the horizon looks for us as a people. More so that we see the Prime Minister cozying up with these individuals, isn't it?
Yeah,
so that's like an
thing,
issue to me.
And the thing is this, if Africa is refining oil, I mean, all of us go big that up. We like that. They not to take it and send it out to Africa. The money go stay in Africa. And so, but we're saying to this government, be transparent. We were promised.
Facts.
We were promised since the end of November that we would have received a report from the Petroleum Committee. Up to today is the 10th day of February the following year. And we have heard absolutely not a word, not a line, not a letter, not a, you know what song is that? Not a line, not a letter, not a 50-cent stamp.
Premeditated facts. Speaking of going out foreign and not dancing a yard. you know, ladies of the night and males of the night actually make money from being defecated on in Dubai.
Well,
you aware that?
I know about them thing, brother. I wouldn't know about them thing. Let me leave that one alone. Let me leave that one alone, Fadu. I don't know about that. I definitely wouldn't know about that.
I'm telling you, you can quote me on that. Hold on. The last thing I wanted to speak about there. The Grenadian dove, right? It's a protected species. The habitat is protected, right?
Yes, it is a protected species.
Okay, so the leaders of the government of Grenada right now, present government, more or less put things in place to charge people for contaminating the environment, wherever they stay, like damaging to the water table and all that. So does the pitch oil, what do you call it? What they use to pave the road?
The asphalt plant.
The asphalt plants and stuff. Are those valid structures to put in these areas? Because Boussejou, Montmorris area, that's a habitat for the Grenadian bird, isn't it?
Yeah. What I would say is that particular issue, I was made aware of that issue during the week last week, and it is an issue as well that we will be dealing in depth with. You know, when I dive into something, I want to dive in it deep.
Lovely. Sorry, I just
No. Not that you're premeditating. I'm glad that you bring it up. But we have to deal, because, you know, in my mind, I think that they are more seeing this as a disrespect to Dr. Mitchell than anything else. Listen, where Camille Teresa Scott is living is going to be affected by that plant. The smoke and the fumes and so from that plant is going to affect her. There's a preschool close to there, it's going to affect them.
True.
The housing scheme is going to affect them. The people in Brizan, the fumes are going to affect them. So all the people in that area, I don't know if the sin that they commit is that they have supported Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the New National Party, because it seems as though when you do that you sin somehow.
You get punished.
That they have decided that is they go in and put it. There was a site that it used to be over by the dump heap there in Perseverance. Maybe they could have negotiated and used that site. Nothing was wrong with that, using that site, because you already have certain activities going on there. Or find a site that's totally away from where people live in, and people, look at children going to school there, brother.
Well, they're claiming it's a temporary site to be moved again.
We don't want to hear nothing about no temporary.
Facts, I totally agree.
So what? You're telling me that if I have a little child, 4 years old or 5 years old or 6 years old, going into the little school there, I think it's a preschool, so you have even younger than that, going to the preschool there. Their little lungs are in the process of developing. So you're telling me leave them in fumes for 6 months? Leave them in...
Carcinogens.
What kind of shopping is this government talking? What kind of shopping is them really telling people, brother?
As I tell you, these guys are totally destroying our infrastructure, man. It's premeditated, bro.
believe me, they're destroying common sense as well because they're displaying none of it. And it seems as though as soon as
Well-
you display some common sense, they want to attack you. They want you to talk
Well,
stupidness.
I find that even common with them.
No, common
Because
sense
true, when
isn't
you ask
common.
them questions, they have ministers that are saying they don't know the full details. They don't have the information. I don't understand that. Like, how could that be your department, and you have no, even though if you're delegating people to do the the medial task and stuff, you're supposed to get the finished product and revise it. So at least when you come to a podium, at least when you come in front of mic, you know exactly what to say. And this is not being seen. These ministers are saying that they don't know, which is crazy to me.
They never know
There's
nothing.
no other position, even on the streets. If someone is designated to a position and they're not fulfilling the designation, handling what they're supposed to do, they get moved from there, cut out from there. There's consequences to actions, and I don't think like they are understanding that. It's like, as I say, the whole trial and error phase should be finished. There are people that are ready to move. They've been waiting. Listen, the issue that was happening to a lot of people was COVID. And the whole country was shut down. The whole world was shut down. I think people could understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So they were waiting. People were waiting for a time just to move. And this administration just more or less shut that down. And training it or putting it in a different path that they find convenient to them, which is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But bro, I remember
Listen,
when
I'm
COVID
saying
was
I'm so
coming.
fluttered right now. Sometimes I just can't even speak right now because, you know what I mean? But same way, I just want to show you some maths.
Yeah, man.
Safe travels.
Supreme mathematics. You don't know where you go.
Yes, sir.
Meds it.
Yes, sir.
All right, blessed. 440-7377-347-329-3101 and 440-7377. The phone lines are open. So you telling me, no, I ain't done with Grenada thing yet, going back to Grenada, but you telling me that you must put an asphalt plant right there by the preschool. Come on, I mean, it defies common sense, but I don't expect common sense from them. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right, go right ahead.
Not too bad. Is the government putting that there or a private entity?
It's a private entity, but the government is allowing it. It can't happen if the government don't allow it.
Because what I noticed in Woodford.
Load it. No. Talk to me on the phone. Don't do me that. Take that volume off in the background. Don't do me that. You know better than that, my dear. Let's have a proper conversation. Yeah, talk to me on the phone line.
Oh.
Nice, yeah. Go ahead now. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Hold on. Is the government, because what I noticed in Woodford, there is a private entity. There is a private entity.
Hold on,
doing some work there.
you're tying yourself up because you're trying to listen to yourself in the background. Take the volume off. Take the volume off in the background. I'm hearing it still, so I know it's on. There's no necessity to hear yourself. This is a recorded program. You could come back and listen to yourself. Take the volume off in the background and let's talk.
Yeah. What I want to say now,
Yeah.
Sheldon,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that there is a place in Woodford which they put in an asphalt plant, but a private entity.
In Woodford.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that no, what they call it, no environmental impact assessment has been done in relation to this thing. They have not assessed what it is going to do. If they want to place it, they should first of all do an environmental impact assessment. The same thing they used to ask us if it's done for La Sagesse and all these things that were done. They need to do that for that because the fumes from it are toxic in nature.
Yeah, but when I say that they cannot do that in Bush, remember you have a private school, there is a lot of houses there. Come on, people get sick.
Yeah. And it's no such thing as temporary. It are no such thing as temporary, especially when you're talking about children. They are at this stage. You could ask any doctor. We will get Dr. Mayana Charles on one of these days soon again. You could ask any doctor. You're talking about children. Their lungs and so are developing at that point in time.
But that only children. We are adults too. We are adults too.
And if they're exposed to these toxic fumes, what you are going to do, you're going to damage them for life. Yeah. It could be one day. you're damaging them for life, much less to say they're temporary. We know things that become temporary permanent here in Grenada, you know.
Exactly.
It's temporarily there for the next 10 years.
Yes. And the next thing I hear is about Grenada. Sheldon, this is the same liar, was the corporate liar in Grenada. No, you want to go and sell it again?
Sister, always saying to them, don't make that mistake.
With the camera, Sheldon, you have something go break out in Grenada, we don't have to face it, you know.
All we saying to them, we're not threatening anything violent. All we are saying to them is don't go down that road.
Demonstration down, you can't take back with him and we and then settle somebody else. No, that can work.
Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and Honorable Gregory Bowen at the forefront with the NNP administration fight to get back this entity for us for many, many, many years. They got it back for the Grenadian people. The profits are going to the Grenadian people. The benefits are going to the Grenadian people. Nobody just come in and take it out of we hand and give it to anybody just so. You have to come to we and ask us. All right?
Actually, the thing, what I see after was they was having a fire conference with the same two African men with the Prime Minister.
Oh, the Fireside Chat.
Asking questions. And they don't ask the Prime Minister a question. Everything else in the Dangote and the next man.
Well, in the Fireside Chat, really, it's I haven't watched it. Let me make sure to put that in front. I have not watched the Fireside Chat. I was otherwise occupied, so I did not watch the Fireside. But in a situation like that, you have a person who is the main person that you're trying to pick their brain, so you would speak to that individual. Okay. I cannot comment on it personally from a personal perspective because I have not watched it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're giving your perspective as somebody who has watched it, so I'm listening to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
well,
I'll take a look.
Don't say it's the biggest seller for Grenada, so we get sell out.
Well, you better sell yourself, but you ain't selling Grenada.
Well, I thought you said Dr. Kid Mitchell sell everything.
Well, didn't sell he.
Anyway, sell and Grenadians, we are very hypocrites. And NPIs, stay focused.
Grenadians are loving people, man. Just a few of us are hypocrite. All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
Have a blessed night.
All right, wonderful.
Hello.
440-7377-347-329-3101. Yeah? When it comes to Grenlec, yeah, the Prime Minister is on record about them selling Grenlec cancer. So we don't know. I hearing all kind of things being put forward that they're looking to sell Grenlec because they don't have enough money to fund the budget. You're hearing all sorts of stuff. I don't know. But I'm saying what we need to hear from the government, and I'm telling you all, any one of the government parliamentarians that appear on any radio, television, or internet program anytime soon, medium term, until you get an answer, make sure that you all call and ask them on that program as soon as the lines are open about Grenlec. And we want to hear them say to us that it is not up for sale, it is not being considered for sale, it has not already been sold. We want to hear that. So one, we want to hear if it is sold. If it is not sold, if it is being considered to be sold, we want to hear. Tell us straight up yes or no. Don't let them beat you around the bush like they're still beating us around the bush on the Marketing and National Importing Board. You all remember it used to have a thing called the National Marketing and Importing Board? Yeah, that will exist again. They have a two-place open and they have one or two things inside, but nothing to the level of what you had before. And ask yourselves, who are the individuals who are benefiting? Yeah? Who are the individuals? Janice behave. Who are the individuals who are benefiting off of what the Marketing and National Importing Board is supposed to do? Just ask yourself that question. Because if the Marketing and National Importing Board legally is the entity that brings in certain items into Grenada, and they are not properly constituted as they used to be, that has basically been folded, ask yourself if it is not a case that some people carrying out what the Marketing and National Importing Board used to do, for instance, who have a license to bring in sugar, who have a license to bring in rice, who have a license to bring in any of the other items or export any of the other items that the Marketing and National Importing Board used to do. How much money are they making on a monthly basis doing that? What is their profit margin? What kind of money they're making doing that on a monthly basis? But not only that, are they directly or indirectly connected with the National Democratic Congress? And is that the reason that they are not reconstituting the Marketing and National Importing Board or creating a new entity? Because they have friends who are the ones that get in the bly to bring in the stuff that Marketing Board had the right, responsibility, the legal authority to bring in. That they now have friends who are making mucho money bringing in those things. So it is the longer that you can keep that situation existing is the more money that their friends can make. So you have to investigate and inquire. Yes, investigate. You have to find out what is going on there. You have to find out what is going on there. So you have a situation where you're not hearing anything about the Marketing and National Importing Board until we speak about it. You don't hear anything about Marketing and National Importing Board. And they will remain quiet on the issue of Grenlec, just like they're remaining quiet on the issue of the oil and gas. And we have to call them out on it. We can't let them get away with that. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hey, what go, Papa?
How you doing, my brother?
I know you don't have to hide from ice, so you good, man. You could eat ice cream. You don't have to hide from ice. You don't have to scream when you see ice. You could eat ice cream.
Okay, Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man. I don't know. Anyhow, is Prime Minister Dubai home?
I haven't heard what you said, my friend.
I said, is Prime Minister Dubai? Is he in Grenada?
Well, strange enough, you're asking a very good question. When I got into studio, I got a call that he is not here. I am not aware that he has traveled, but I got a call when I got in here that was saying, hey, that man in here, you know. So I don't know if he is or not.
Sheldon, let me tell this guy something. Sheldon, let this guy know. We are the children of Henry Christoph. We are the children of Malcolm X. We are the children of Uriah Butler. We are the children of Pharaoh. And when we're back against the wall, you know how things just play off. This embarrassment he puts in us through. I never seen nothing like that on our big day, which is independence of our country. We expect the Prime Minister to invite diplomats, not his best friends. And he don't represent this man as a businessman or somebody who came to the country to help with the improvement or the development of this country. He introduced this man to the country as his good friend. Most of his good friends is faggots.
No, gosh, let me don't go down that road now, brother. Let me don't go down that road.
Yeah?
Let's don't go down that road now, man.
They can leave them, man.
let's not go down that particular. See that road down there, that road at Briar Picker. Let me know.
They can. Sheldon, this guy don't respect us, man. The way he handles his business, the way he do things, it's an embarrassment. And listen, on my behalf, man, and my country, I could give my life for my country. There is no compromise for this guy. There is no compromise. And what I have to say, I'm going to say it, man.
All right, just say it in a way. Just say it in a way, my brother, that doesn't put me in a courthouse.
Well, listen,
I ain't afraid quarter, but
I want to put you in a courthouse because certain things I want to say, and I wouldn't say it because I know you're going to shut me down, and I don't want to put you in that situation. But the condition that he put the country in, when he went to Nigeria to do his shit.
Let's watch. Okay, brother. Hear what? Calm down and you'll give me a call. I know it is, you know. I know it is. You love your country and you see this. No, I understand. And here's what, I understand. You love your country. And when you see this nonsense going on, it's upsetting. I know.
I ain't going to settle for less to my country's country.
But we have to measure. All right?
You understand? that he had to measure too, man. And he had to respect us. We give him a job. And from the time I hear that,
my brother,
the citizens that information will be given only a need to know. I know that's a nasty guy, man. Anyway, one love and peace.
Have a good night. Boss, I don't have money for a lawyer. I don't have money. All right. So I can't go and pay no lawyer. All right. And then things bad these days. I can't afford lawyers. Man. All right. 440-737-734-732-9-3101. I understand the emotion, because I understand sometimes when people they get upset and you lose your temper. You might say things that you may not necessarily say in the normal course of things, and I understand that. But we have to be measured, because they want talking points off air bad. Yeah, they want talking points off air bad. 2 programs. They don't care about no other program in Grenada that they want to get rid of right now. They want to get rid of talking points, and they want to get rid of Jenny program. Yeah? What's the name of Jenny program again? Simon Says. So they want to get rid of those programs. They don't want those programs on. They want the only voices that you're hearing to be their voices. So they want the only reality to be the reality that they say it is. They don't want anybody else to have their own reality. So we have to be a little careful. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Bro, good night.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
belated independence.
Same to you, my brother.
Hey, I listening to you now and hearing everybody talking about this asphalt plant they're trying to do in the residential area, whether it be temporary or permanent. We doesn't have a good medical facility home, and they want to put the whole in place in cancerous in a cancerous environment. So then now when the people them get sick, who gonna take care of them? What gonna happen to them? They will be long gone out of government. What happened to the people on the ground that will be suffering then? If they're going to work on a big project like that, get somewhere in the mountain, cut your road, go up in the mountain, do it so that the air could take it through it over. By the time you toss it out, the thing, nobody get contaminated with it.
But you see,
and then they're
is,
passing rules for people with environmental stuff, and they don't obey it themselves.
There's a location that has been used previously, and I fail to understand why that location cannot be used now. There's a location that was used previously, and it is just within walking distance for people who like to walk. It was within walking distance of that one. So I'm trying to understand, why take it and put it in the middle of where people living? Why
No,
take
you
it and
see,
put it there?
they do the shortcut for their friends them to benefit of it, and then tie up the whole country in other stuff like this stuff they had on the pier that the folks couldn't get to clear their containers them, and because they had their bodies them taking up the spot on it. Come on, let's leave the country for everybody.
And you see,
So
even if it's and I'll say this, even if it's a private company, the private company has to get permission from planning and so on to be able to put that there. They have to get permission. They can't just go and drop something like that there. And I'm saying it's the wrong place for it. It's the wrong place for it. And if the parents and the children that go into school do not want to get up and get, and if the people who live in the community who are the ones that are going to be directly affected by the fumes from that don't want to get up and get, and the people who passing up and down that area and will be directly affected by it don't want to get up and get, then, I mean, something had to be wrong with us in 2025 Grenada. We have to get up and get. We can't allow that to be taking place.
No, it's disaster too. Look, the last time they passed and they clean up all them people and them that had a little business by the road and what have you. They evict them, they move them, they take them out there. And now you come in and put poison on the ground there for the residents? That's nonsense, man.
Yes,
man. I think we take too much. I think we take too long with those people on them. If it was the NMP doing that, they pick up their placards long and they're gone in the street. But what I want to say is that NDC trusts the NNP so much confidence in them that the Prime Minister could be out of the country all the time. In 1979, March 1979, on the 12th of March, who was the Prime Minister then?
Well, it wasn't so Eric Matthew Gare was the Prime Minister, but he had an acting Prime Minister in the person of, I think it was Pradham, was acting Prime Minister at the time.
Yeah,
he
Pradham,
stepped out. Yeah.
But then he was out of the country. And with the trust that he was out of the country, what happened to him? Pradham wasn't a healthy man. Well, I don't want to say what they did to Pradham anyway. But he was out of the country. So they trust the NNP so much that they don't think that what had happened to Gary will happen to them, so they could live outside the country.
Now, it's nice people, man. We ain't going down that road. The time will come.
No, we're not going down the road, but they trust. So the trust that they put in them, that they know that they're going to do it, so that they could live outside the country.
Well, you see, the time will come. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, have a great one, bro.
All right, thank you.
All right.
They could trust us because the time will come when the Grenadian people shall have their say. The time definitely will come. And folks, we each have to play our individual part to make sure that when that time comes, that we don't end up with another term of the same individual. It's possible, you know. I think some of us living in La La Land and don't realize that these guys that are presently holding on to power in Grenada ain't giving it up just so. They ain't just going and say, well, okay, let NNP come in. They're going to fight and do whatever they have to do, even to each other, to attempt to hold on to power. As such, we as NNPites have our work cut out for us. Even those of you who may not be supporters of the party, but are supporters of Grenada, you have your work to do as well. You are seeing the incompetent way that this administration is operating. You are seeing the nonsense that is taking place in a non-transparent manner. I wonder where people keep talking about this is the most transparent government. Nonsense. They don't even answer questions in the parliament of this country. In the parliament, they don't even answer questions, much less to you directly. So we, the people of Grenada, have to do what is necessary. We have to ensure that when the time comes, we send them packing. Yeah? You have to make sure that when they call election, they clean the office and they go home. Yeah? And to do that, we have to do things like get involved in the community level, checking the voters list, doing the canvassing and so on. Canvass and canvass and canvass and canvass. Check your voters list and then check it again. Do the necessary work. Encourage people to become members of the party, to join the political organization, to become members of the party. Encourage people to come out to the activities of the new national party. Encourage people to call and support and give their views. Because so I could tell you this as we quickly close off. Some of the best ideas that you've seen implemented over the years have come from you, the people out there. Whether it's in the youth programs and you speak with the young people and they say, you know, we need to have a program to do this and that, and then you start to work with them to develop it. It has always come from you. So be a part of the process and not a bystander. Don't asking what happened, but be a part of what happens. Yeah? Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Talking Points for you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out.
I say to the PM, sir, I know you don't know, but some of the government playing real logaroo. They're killing democracy, they're sucking the country dry. Listen to the PM, this was his reply. Mr. PM, how this speak us so? Mr. PM, the house is a papi show. Mr. PM, what's his intention? Mr. PM, he don't want opposition. I say to the PM, sir, I don't want to get you vexed. What happened to the money or the finance complex? I hear Mr. PM, you sell NTV and you contemplate selling electricity. Mr. PM, accountability. Mr. PM, that must be the key. Mr. PM, keep an eye on the money. Money disappear.